What if the greatest obstacle standing between you and the life you've always wanted isn't your background, your finances, your education, or your circumstances, but the way you think? Imagine waking up tomorrow with the same job, the same responsibilities, and the same challenges, yet seeing every obstacle as an opportunity, every setback as a lesson, and every day as another chance to build a remarkable future. That single shift can completely transform your life. Stay with me until the very end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you look at success, failure, relationships, money, and your own potential. The people who achieve extraordinary lives aren't always the smartest or the luckiest. More often, they are the ones who master the one thing nobody can take away from them, their mindset. Today, you'll discover 6 life-changing principles that can help you stop limiting yourself and start creating a future that reflects your true potential. Everything in your life begins with the way you think. Before success becomes visible, it first becomes believable. Every achievement is created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. Your thoughts shape your decisions shape your habits, and your habits ultimately shape your destiny. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and excuses, your actions will always reflect those beliefs. But when your mind is filled with possibility, discipline, and purpose, your actions begin moving in a completely different direction. You don't have to wait for the world to change before your life changes. The moment your thinking improves, your choices improve, and better choices always produce better results over time. Most people spend their lives trying to change their circumstances while ignoring the mindset that created those circumstances in the first place. They look for better opportunities without becoming a better version of themselves. But success has always been an inside job before it becomes an outside reward. Your income, relationships, confidence, and achievements often become reflections of the beliefs you carry every single day. If you believe growth is possible, you'll search for solutions. If you believe failure defines you, you'll avoid opportunities. The difference isn't found in talent alone, it's found in perspective. Change your perspective, and you'll begin changing your direction. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't intentionally plant seeds of growth, weeds of negativity will grow automatically. Negative thinking requires no effort. Complaining, blaming, and making excuses happen naturally when you stop taking responsibility. But success demands intentional thinking. Every day you must feed your mind with knowledge, wisdom, positive influences, and meaningful goals. Protect your mind from constant negativity, because whatever enters your mind repeatedly eventually shapes your beliefs. Great lives are built by people who guard their thoughts as carefully as they guard their time. Every challenge carries 2 hidden gifts, a lesson and an opportunity. People with ordinary mindsets only see the problem. People with extraordinary mindsets search for the lesson. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey toward success. Every disappointment teaches patience. Every mistake teaches wisdom. Every obstacle develops strength that comfort never could. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" begin asking, "What is this teaching me?" That simple question transforms pain into progress and setbacks into stepping stones for greater achievements. Your future will always be determined more by your daily habits than by your occasional motivation. Inspiration can start the journey, but discipline finishes it. A powerful mindset isn't built in one dramatic moment. It's developed through small, consistent actions repeated day after day. Read one more chapter, learn one more skill, save one more dollar, exercise one more day, encourage one more person. These small victories compound over time until they create extraordinary results. The person you become is always more valuable than the goal you achieve, because the right mindset continues producing success long after one achievement is complete. Finally, remember that your life changes the moment you decide to take complete responsibility for it. Stop waiting for perfect conditions, perfect timing, or perfect people. The future belongs to those who act despite uncertainty. You already possess the ability to learn, adapt, improve, and overcome. The only question is whether you'll give yourself permission to believe it. Every day presents a choice. You can remain limited by yesterday's thinking, or you can embrace a mindset that opens doors to possibilities you've never imagined. The quality of your life will always reflect the quality of your thinking. Master your mindset and you begin mastering your future. Change the way you think today. And years from now, you'll look back and realize that one decision became the turning point that changed your life forever. Everything in your life begins with the way you think. Before success becomes visible, it first becomes believable. Every achievement is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. Long before a building stands tall against the skyline, it exists as a vision in the mind of an architect. In the same way, the life you dream of must first become clear in your own thinking. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not capable, not experienced enough, or not fortunate enough, your actions will quietly follow those beliefs. But the moment you replace doubt with possibility, something remarkable begins to happen. Your decisions become bolder, your attitude becomes stronger, and your willingness to grow increases. Your mindset acts like a filter through which you see every opportunity and every obstacle. Two people can face the exact same challenge, yet one sees a dead end, while the other sees a chance to learn, improve, and move forward. The difference is not the challenge, it is the mindset. Successful people are not free from problems. They simply refuse to let problems define their future. They understand that every setback carries a lesson, and every failure contains valuable feedback. This is why your greatest investment is not in the stock market, real estate, or even your career. Your greatest investment is in developing the way you think. Read books that challenge your beliefs. Spend time with people who inspire growth. Replace complaints with gratitude and excuses with action. Every positive thought repeated consistently becomes a stronger belief, and every stronger belief leads to better decisions. Remember, your future is not created by chance. It is created by the thoughts you choose today, because a transformed mind always becomes the foundation of a transformed life. Most people spend their lives trying to change their circumstances while ignoring the mindset that created those circumstances in the first place. They believe that a better job, more money, the perfect opportunity, or the right connection will finally make them successful. While those things can certainly help, they are rarely the true starting point. Real transformation begins within. Until your thinking changes, your results will often remain the same, even if your surroundings improve. A person who carries limiting beliefs into a new opportunity will eventually create the same limitations again, because the problem was never the opportunity. It was the perspective. Think about the people who have overcome incredible hardships. Many started with fewer resources, fewer advantages, and greater obstacles than most of us will ever face. Yet they refused to allow their circumstances to determine their future. They focused on becoming more disciplined instead of wishing life were easier. They invested in learning instead of complaining. They accepted responsibility instead of searching for someone to blame. That single decision separated them from those who remained stuck. Success is not reserved for people who never struggle. It belongs to people who continue growing through every struggle. Every day gives you the opportunity to become a little wiser, a little stronger, and a little more confident than you were yesterday. Instead of asking, when will my life get better? Begin asking, how can I become better? That question shifts your focus from waiting for change to creating change. When you improve your character, your habits improve. When your habits improve, your results begin to improve. Eventually, the life you once hoped for becomes the life you have built through consistent personal growth. Never underestimate the power of changing yourself first, because when you become a better person, you naturally create a better future. The outside world eventually reflects the progress that first takes place within your own mind. Your mind is like a garden. Whether you realize it or not, something is growing there every single day. The question is not whether your mind is producing results. The question is what kind of results it is producing. If you leave a garden unattended, weeds appear naturally. You don't have to plant them. In the same way, fear, doubt, negativity, and excuses require no effort. They quietly grow whenever you stop feeding your mind with wisdom, purpose, and positive influences. But if you intentionally plant seeds of knowledge, discipline, gratitude, and hope, your mind begins producing thoughts that lead to confidence, action, and lasting success. Every conversation you have, every book you read, every podcast you listen to, and every person you spend time with is planting seeds in your thinking. That's why you must become the guardian of your own mind. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, criticism, and people who believe nothing is possible, your confidence will slowly disappear. On the other hand, when you fill your mind with uplifting ideas, practical knowledge, and inspiring examples, your thinking expands. You begin to believe that more is possible, and that belief changes the way you approach every opportunity. One positive thought may not change your life overnight, just as planting one seed does not produce a harvest the next morning. But every positive habit repeated consistently strengthens your mindset. Every day you choose learning over entertainment, gratitude over complaints, and action over excuses, you are cultivating a stronger future. Eventually, those small choices grow into remarkable achievements. Remember, your mind will always produce whatever you consistently feed it. Feed it fear, and you will hesitate. Feed it doubt, and you will quit. Feed it courage, wisdom, and discipline, and you will discover strengths you never knew you possessed. Protect your mental garden every day, because the quality of your thoughts will ultimately determine the quality of your life. Every challenge carries two hidden gifts, a lesson and an opportunity. Most people see only the obstacle standing in their way, but those who achieve extraordinary success learn to look beyond the immediate difficulty. They understand that every setback is preparing them for a greater comeback. Life does not place obstacles in your path to stop you. It places them there to strengthen your character, sharpen your judgment, and reveal abilities you never knew you possessed. The strongest trees grow because they withstand powerful storms, and the strongest people are often shaped by the greatest challenges. When something doesn't go according to your plan, your first reaction may be frustration or disappointment. That's natural, but don't stay there. Instead, ask yourself a better question. What can I learn from this experience? That single question transforms failure into education. Every mistake becomes a teacher. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every delay becomes an opportunity to develop patience, persistence, and resilience. People with a winning mindset understand that success is not built by avoiding problems, but by growing through them. Think about every successful person you admire. Behind every achievement is a story of setbacks, criticism, failures, and moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. The difference is that they refused to let temporary defeat become permanent defeat. They viewed every obstacle as part of the journey rather than the end of it. They knew that character is not developed during easy seasons, but during difficult ones. The next time life presents you with a challenge, don't immediately wish it away. Stand tall and face it with confidence. Believe that within every difficulty lies a valuable lesson waiting to be discovered. The obstacle before you may be the very thing preparing you for the success you've been praying for. Your greatest breakthrough often comes immediately after your greatest test. Keep moving forward, keep learning, and remember that every challenge you overcome makes you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the opportunities that lie ahead. Your future will always be determined more by your daily habits than by your occasional moments of motivation. Motivation is powerful because it gives you the desire to begin, but discipline is what gives you the strength to continue long after the excitement fades. Anyone can feel inspired for a day or a week. The real difference is made by those who continue working when they don't feel like it. Success is rarely built through one extraordinary effort. It is built through hundreds of ordinary actions repeated consistently over time. Imagine placing one brick every single day. One brick seems insignificant, but after a year, you have built a solid foundation. Life works the same way. Reading just a few pages each day expands your knowledge. Saving a small amount consistently builds financial security. Exercising regularly strengthens your body. Practicing gratitude improves your attitude. These habits may not produce dramatic results overnight, but they create remarkable transformations over months and years. Small actions, when repeated consistently, always outperform occasional bursts of enthusiasm. Many people wait until they feel motivated before taking action. Highly successful people reverse the process. They take action first, knowing that action often creates motivation. They understand that feelings come and go, but commitment remains. On the days when others make excuses, they keep their promises to themselves. That consistency becomes their greatest competitive advantage. Remember, every habit is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. Every decision either moves you closer to your goals or further away from them. The question is not whether today's choices matter. They absolutely do. The question is whether those choices are leading you toward the future you truly desire. Never underestimate the power of simple, disciplined actions. You don't need to make giant leaps every day. You only need to make steady progress. Stay faithful to the small things, because the small things repeated with consistency eventually produce extraordinary results. One disciplined day becomes one disciplined week, one disciplined month, and eventually a lifetime of success built on habits that never stop working for you. Finally, remember that your life changes the moment you decide to take complete responsibility for it. The day you stop blaming your past, your circumstances, other people, or bad luck is the day you begin taking control of your future. Responsibility is not about carrying guilt. It is about recognizing your power. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you always have control over how you respond. That response determines whether you remain where you are or move toward the life you truly desire. Too many people spend years waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect timing, or someone else to believe in them before they take action. But life rarely rewards those who wait. It rewards those who prepare. Every successful journey begins with one courageous decision. The decision to start, even when the path is uncertain. Confidence does not appear before action. Confidence grows because of action. Every small step forward proves to yourself that you are stronger, wiser, and more capable than your fears once suggested. There will always be voices telling you that your goals are unrealistic, that your dreams are too ambitious, or that success is reserved for someone else. Never allow those voices to become louder than your own belief. The opinions of others cannot define your future unless you give them permission. Build a vision so clear that temporary criticism cannot distract you from your purpose. Stay focused on your mission, not on the noise around you. Every sunrise gives you another chance to write a new chapter. Yesterday's mistakes do not have to become tomorrow's limitations. Your future is not determined by where you started, but by the direction you choose today. Make the decision to think bigger, work harder, learn continuously, and never stop improving yourself. The person you become through this journey will always be your greatest achievement. As you leave today, remember this simple truth. Your mindset is the foundation of every dream you will ever accomplish. Guard it, strengthen it, and feed it with hope, discipline, wisdom, and purpose every single day. When your mindset changes, your decisions change. When your decisions change, your habits change. When your habits change, your life changes. And when your life changes, you become living proof that lasting success always begins with the way you think. As we come to the end of this message, remember that your greatest asset is not your talent, your education, your connections, or even your circumstances. Your greatest asset is your mindset. Everything you will ever build begins with the thoughts you choose to believe. Every success starts with a decision. Every breakthrough begins with a new perspective. Every extraordinary life is first created in the mind before it is ever seen by the world. Don't wait for life to become easier. Become stronger. Don't wait for opportunities to appear. Prepare yourself so thoroughly that when opportunities arrive, you are ready to seize them. Refuse to let fear make your decisions. Refuse to let yesterday's failures define tomorrow's possibilities. Instead, choose growth over comfort, discipline over excuses, learning over pride, and action over hesitation. Remember, you don't have to change your entire life in one day. You only need to change the direction you're moving. One better decision today can lead to a better habit tomorrow. A better habit can create a better future, and a better future can become a legacy that inspires generations. Success is never an accident. It is the result of consistent thinking, intentional choices, and unwavering persistence. When you leave today, don't simply feel inspired. Make a commitment. Decide that from this moment forward, you will guard your thoughts, strengthen your character, and pursue excellence in everything you do. There will be obstacles, there will be setbacks, and there will be moments when giving up seems easier than moving forward. But those moments are not designed to defeat you. They are designed to reveal who you are becoming. Years from now, you will look back on this season of your life. The question is, will it be remembered as the time you accepted your limitations or the moment you decided to rewrite your story? The choice is yours, and it always has been. Believe bigger, think wiser, act boldly, stay disciplined, keep growing. Because when you master your mindset, you don't just change your circumstances, you change your destiny. Thank you for listening. If this message challenged you to think differently, don't let it end here. Apply these principles every day. Share them with someone who needs encouragement and continue investing in the greatest project you will ever work on, the person you are becoming. Your future is waiting, and it begins with the next decision you make.